Hey folks, this is Neil Fallon from Clutch, and you are listening to Rockwell Radio on the Edge.
Here we are, live at LasRageous, year number 2 with Clutch. Oh my God! I'm excited.
I can tell.
Super excited. Like, your guys' last album, amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
I mean, like, man, we watched you, we do all the festivals, and festival after festival, and sometimes it gets boring watching the same bands. You guys did not fit that bill.
Well,
it was exciting to see it.
That's kind of you to say, thanks.
Well, I'm not a kind person. Those of you that follow me know this is true. So, it was awesome. But speaking on those levels, you got a new album coming out.
We do. We finished it last January, and it'll be out later this year. I'm not exactly sure when. 15 songs. So it's one of the longer records we've done in quite some time, and we're really stoked with the way it turned out. We did it with Vance Powell in Nashville.
15 songs. That's awesome. That's a bundle worth.
Well, we went back and forth trying to decide what songs to take off. Everyone had a different idea, and then we're like, well, you know what? Just put them all on there. Nowadays bands sometimes reserve some songs and they re-release it with these bonus tracks. And we just said, screw that. Just put everything out there and get it over with.
Thank God for that. I love that.
Well, a lot of times those B-sides, if that's what you want to call them, end up in just kind of like a dustbin. They kind of slide underneath the radar, and people aren't as aware of those songs had they been put on the initial release. And there wasn't one song that we thought every song deserved as much attention as the last.
That's something I want to touch on because you guys are icons in the business. I mean, you've been around a minute. You guys are, seriously. There are so many bands that when I talk to them, I'm like, who did you emulate? Who made you want to do this? Clutch comes up quite a bit.
Wow, that's very flattering.
But that being said, on the flip side of that, because you have been in the business and you've played with pretty much everybody, and shit, you are everybody. So that being said, on the reverse end of that, who's like coming up that you, as a, just listening to say, that's a band that I like, I could see things out of them, or is there any?
Well, in speaking generally, I find older music, when I say older, I mean going back to the 1930s, much more interesting. Not because I think contemporary music is garbage, just because I think there's so much background homework I need to do, because there's so many things that went under the radar that no one, but very few people realized. Having said that, I just got hip to a band called All Them Witches that I'm a big fan of. They're kind of a psychedelic blues rock band. I think they're from Tennessee. They just came up on my playlist, and I said, what is this? Kind of sounds like Animals era Floyd, which I'm a big fan of.
Oh, that's really cool. And I love that, because that's what I was looking for. It wasn't like, I wanted to know, like I said, you are an icon to everybody, but what's on your playlist, when you go for a run or whatever, when you're just hanging out being Neil,
Well, Sleep has a new record out that came out today, which I have not heard, but I'm looking forward to hearing that too. Matt Pike is a legend. He's one of the best guitarists ever out.
That's pretty awesome, getting that shout out from a legend himself. And now that we spoke legends, we are here at LasRageous at a festival, but you guys have a festival coming up.
Yeah, we do a thing called Earth Rocker Festival. It's in West Virginia. We did it for the first time last year, and it was a blast. It's very low key. It's a festival for the people. You can camp there if you want. We're taking baby steps trying to develop it, not overreach, and just add a little bit every year. This year, Black Label Society is going to be playing, which is a bit of a coup for us. I'm really happy that we could get them on the bill, along with COC and I Hate God.
Oh, I got to tell you, I'm kind of a huge I Hate God fan. I saw them, and they're great to listen to, but live. And shout out to them; they're on a headline tour. But they were out with Cock, and and I have nothing against them, but I think I Hate God stole it. So when you said that, I was just like, oh.
They're ferocious. Yeah, they've been doing it for a long time.
And they still own that shit. It's not like they were just like, oh, I want to regain the glory days, but
But I think one of those bands that's one of those bands I think influenced a lot of other bands and maybe don't get the recognition that those bands that emulated them got. There's always those bands that are sort of like the wellspring to a development in the genre, and that's one of them.
I agree. Well, I know that you're a very busy man, but I do want to talk ink real quick because we are here for tattoo.com as well. So I hear you have a tattoo. You want to talk tattoos and ink?
I got one tattoo. I can tell you exactly when I got it. It was Halloween, 1989. It's 5 days after my 18th birthday. and I only had $60. So that's the background behind this tattoo. Back then, tattoo shops weren't nearly as prevalent as they are now. So you had to drive to the one guy who would do custom tattoos. And my idea, if I remember correctly, was to get this artwork from the Book of Kells, which is a beautiful Celtic script work, and I was going to get it all over here. But I only had $60. So there it is.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of that, are you interested in getting ink ever anymore to fulfill your dream?
I think that ship has sailed for me. At this point, I don't know of anything that I would want. Those things that mean the most to me already mean as much as they could possibly mean. I mean, there's amazing tattoo artists out there. It's just personally for me, I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start. So I get that's not a no, it's not a yes. I'm trying to be a politician here.
So he's indifferent, but to be fair, in his defense, when the hell do you guys ever get a break? I mean, you've been touring, which is awesome. As a fan, we love it. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know when you would find even the time.
Yeah, we've actually had a bit of a break right now, 4 months, which is a really long time for Clutch. And we're not doing a whole lot this summer until the album comes out, and then we'll start another touring cycle. This show here in Vegas was a one-off. We flew in yesterday. We're flying out tomorrow. And we got a couple others like that. We got a little tour in a week or two with the Bronx, Red Fang, and Fireball Ministry. We're all doing festivals together, and on the off days we're doing shows.
Well, and to be fair, you said, we have a 4-month break. That's really just like a nap for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's how hard you guys work, and that's awesome. And that's why you have been, in my opinion, stayed relevant, been relevant, and are the icons that you are.
Well, thank you. It's fun. It's not digging ditches playing rock and roll. You don't have to twist our arms to get us to play. And even though we had 4 months off, we took off about 6 weeks after the record. Then we started getting together once or twice a week just to kick out some jams.
And that is what Clutch does on their time off. They are continuously rocking and jamming, and that's why they are, like I said, where you are. I mean, admired, emulated, and at the top of the fucking heap. And you can see them live at LasRageous, and if you miss them here, on tour, and get the album. And check out the festival.
What she said.
Yeah, what I said.